saw, dude. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's see, today I'm using the Salt Air Lip Oil Balm in the clear shade. This is my favorite one. I'm hoping that I get a grapefruit one soon. No, excuse me, I think it's dragon fruit that I'm like really excited to try. And I'm drinking a McDonald's Coke. I love McDonald's Cokes. I don't really have anything else really to like preface this video with, so I think we'll just jump right into it. So today we are talking about World of T-Shirts. If you guys haven't heard of him, honestly, don't worry. I hadn't either until he started having some altercations like in public. So okay, I'm gonna try to give you like the best rundown about him that I can. His real name is Joshua Block. He has 2.8 million followers on TikTok, 132,000 followers on Instagram, and like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So he's got a pretty big following. So from what I could gather and put together, he started a merch website where he would sell t-shirts like in high school, and that's where he came up with the name World of T-shirts, but I heard it was kind of like a not super up and up type business. When he went to Mexico when he was 20 years old, he started drinking and then like started to really like that. Now, he is an autistic man, but he is functioning. Like, I mean, he can go out in public and have conversations and whatnot with people. Like, it's, I don't know, he can be a member of society and I mean, like, totally function. So, because, I mean, of course, autism comes in, like, various degrees, and it's different on the spectrum, but he is able to, like I said, have conversations with people, be out in public, well, a little bit, because when he turned 21, that is when he started heavily drinking, because he could legally drink in the States, and now some people have said that because he's autistic, the urge to drink alcohol is higher with him, because it helps him a little bit more in society and with people. I like to call it social lubrication, and I guess people with anxiety are like something like 40% more likely to become alcoholics as well, just because it makes being in social situations more tolerable. And so that's kind of the same that goes for Joshua. So he used to stay with his grandfather in Long Island, but not as much these days from what I read. Now it's kind of reported that he stays at either hotels or Airbnbs. Since he has such a large TikTok following, he does make a decent amount of money. He became friends with Michael Quinn, a man that saw his TikToks like when he was kind of blowing up and whatnot, and started to become friends with him to help his own TikTok account. But Michael Quinn is a bit older than Joshua. He also lives in New York City, and he was the former either owner or co-owner of a hot dog company. And the two of them started making videos together in 2023, but some people thought that their relationship wasn't healthy and that Michael Quinn was like feeding into Joshua's alcoholism a little bit, and they thought it was a very toxic relationship because here Michael is getting all this clout and whatnot from Joshua, but he doesn't really do anything. And supposedly Joshua would stay at Michael's apartment, but then Michael started kicking him out because apparently Josh has like poor personal hygiene and is just kind of messy. So then he was like, yeah, I don't really want you to stay here. And then online, for whatever reason, Daniel Larson and Joshua started having beef, and they were supposedly gonna fight each other, but that was something that Michael Quinn had set up. But then here the two like met each other in real life and they were totally fine, and they did a collab, so it was like no big deal. But Joshua's TikTok is very, very interesting, and after a while he started doing these tours in New York where he would like take you around and show you all these different places. But then he started having like crazy altercations. One girl alleged that he punched her in the face. He'll pee in people's front yards. Like, he really just has no filter, and a lot of people attribute that to his alcoholism.
We went on the World of Shirts tour, so you don't have to.
It's actually close to it.
Jungle where jeeps are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York.
We ended up in Times Square. He danced, ran upstairs 10 times, and left.
Let's go, Josh. You know Daniel Larson?
He sounds familiar. So I went on the World of T-Shirts, East Village, and Brooklyn tour experience, and this is how it went. Okay, so firstly, I want to show you the waiver that I had to sign before I went on the tour because I just think it's fucking hilarious. So even after finding out that there's a high risk of me dying or becoming paralyzed, I still decided to go on the tour. You know what? Because fuck it. So online it says the tour is $30, so I paid that, but when I showed up, he said there was $20 more that I owed and that the 30 is just a deposit. Doesn't say that anywhere on the website. Pretty sure he made it up on the spot. But anyways, we started the tour off by him singing us a song. Then he took us to this bar called McSwirly's where he bought us each one drink and filmed a TikTok with us. Then he brought us to the subway and the rest of the group ended up leaving. So it was just me and him. Oh, cute little date night. So then we go to another bar in Brooklyn. Same thing. He gets us each one drink, but he gets us high noons this time. And this is how I realized why we paid the $20 in cash at the beginning, because he uses the cash to buy us the drinks that are supposed to be included in the $30 tour. But since people ditched, he had more money to spend on just two of us, so we could splurge on high noons instead of cheap beer. We went back to the subway. He kind of got into an altercation. This is him dragging me away from the scene. Then as soon as we get off the subway, he starts pissing in somebody's front yard immediately. Almost gets in another altercation. We ended the tour in the liquor store, of course. Then I got to witness him making one of his famous downing a nip in the middle of the street style videos live and in person. Dreams really do come true.
And one guy said that some kids on the subway started asking Joshua if they could get photos with him, and he was like, no, go away, F you. And then he started a Cameo where, you can pay celebrities and different internet personalities to like send out a personal message. You just pay for it. And he was doing that, but then somebody put a slur in one of their messages that they wanted from him, and it's not apparently a widely known like slur, like people don't really use it anymore. So he used it, and then he got into some, trouble for that. And then in real life, people said that he'll say slurs and he just doesn't have a filter. So it's crazy because some people absolutely love him. Some people do not like him. They think he's a menace to society and that he needs some serious help, which I think if his alcohol, intake is starting to be an issue, then yes, I agree. He probably should get help. But it just seems honestly like he doesn't really have anyone in his life that is watching out for his well-being. And his account is very chaotic and crazy, but I get why people kind of like that or why it can be interesting to watch. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with him. World of T-Shirts, things have definitely calmed down quite a bit. I haven't seen as much about him lately. I was getting tons of videos made about him like on my For You page, but thankfully that's kind of slowed down, so hopefully now somebody is helping him, if it's his grandparents or maybe his parents are in the picture. But yeah, so that is World of T-Shirts. If you guys want, I could do like a huge deep dive into this. If you want me to go through Reddit and try to get as much information about him as I possibly can, let me know. I could, like I said, totally do a deep dive, but this is just kind of to let you know cliff notes why people are talking about him. So yeah, that is it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back in 2 days for a new video, and the next one I think is gonna be pretty good. Honestly, I think all my videos are pretty good, but just kidding. I definitely have some favorites. What's really crazy is like after a while I totally forget what videos I've made. Like my mom will watch my videos and she'll be like, oh my gosh, Carly, I watched this one and it is wild. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't remember it. I used to not understand how celebrities could be like, yeah, I don't remember that episode of the show. Like I have no memory. And it's like, in a weird way, I get it, because now I've done so many videos that I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I made a video about them. I just simply do not remember. Wow, that really sounded like I was trying to compare myself to a celebrity. I'm not, but it's like, I get that not remembering. Anyways, I will be back in my next video, and I hope you guys are there to watch it.